welcome back guys. It's day 5 of my Sri Lanka trip and today we are heading from Ella down to Mirissa. It's about 4-hour drive and we booked a car. The car made more sense as we wanted the flexibility to stop at few places along the way. Shoes here? Okay. Our first stop was Dikwela town and we visited this Buddha temple. This temple is famous for its gigantic seated Buddha statue, 160 feet tall, the largest in the whole country. The temple dates back to late 1700s and the oldest part of the temple is about 250 years old.
टेम्पल इज़ रियली ओल्ड बट यहाँ पे लोग आपसे डोनेशंस एवरी टेम्पल के एंट्रेंस पे वो आपसे मांग रहे हैं. सो बी वेयर इफ यू डोंट वांट टू गिव द डोनेशन, कोई कंपलसरी नहीं है. यू कैन कीप वॉकिंग और देन यू कैन से नो.
Dikwela is a small beach town on the southern coast of Sri Lanka, just a few kilometers east of popular surfing town Hiriketiya. It's often skipped by travelers rushing between bigger stops like Mirissa, but it's a gem if you're looking for peace and quiet. Dikwela has a turtle point which is really famous. People come here to spot turtles right by the beach, but since it was raining when we came through, we decided to skip it this time. Still, it's definitely a spot worth checking out if the weather's good. Our next stop was Hiriketiya Beach and this one had been on my list for such a long time. It's a small horseshoe-shaped bay on the south coast of Sri Lanka and honestly it's just stunning. The beach is really popular with surfers because the waves here are perfect. And if you are new, you can even rent a board or take lessons right on the beach. Around the bay, there are lots of little cafes and guest houses, so it's easy to spend the whole day here.
वाओ, दिस बीच इज़ सो अमेजिंग. आई थिंक ऑस्ट्रेलिया रहते रहते हम ये वाला कल्चर ही भूल गए हैं कि बीच पे शैक्स होते हैं.
While visiting, it started raining and it actually made the whole vibe even better. People were still surfing, everyone was laughing, and I was just having the best time. After this, we made one more stop, the Dewa Temple in Matara. This temple was really different because it's built on a small rocky island just off the coast and you reach it by crossing a footbridge. Vesak celebration were going on that day, but since we came in the daytime, it was more about people visiting, praying and enjoy the calm atmosphere. It wasn't a long stop for us, but it was definitely worth checking out before heading into Mirissa. Matara is a bigger coastal town with a lot going on. Just outside the town is the Dondra Lighthouse, the tallest in Sri Lanka, with amazing ocean views. And if you are into beaches, Polhina is a great spot for snorkeling and even spotting turtles. The Nilwara River runs right through the town, giving it a really scenic vibe. So if you don't want to stay in Mirissa and avoid the crowd, you can also choose this Matara town. We finally made it to Mirissa. After that long drive and a couple of fun stops along the way, it felt so good to arrive here. After that, we chilled by the pool for a bit, had some fun, and then went out to the local market to pick up few things. And of course, we couldn't miss checking out Mirissa Beach. The vibe there was amazing. Palm trees, golden sand, and a lot of energy. It was a perfect way to wrap up our first evening in town.
आज हमारा प्लान्स था कि हम टर्टल देखने जाएंगे बट बिकॉज ऑफ द रेन बिकॉज इट्स अ मानसून सीजन इन श्रीलंका वी couldn't go so we decided to come to Gale.
It's day 6 of my Sri Lanka trip. Today we are heading from Mirissa to Gale and few more places are planned on the way. We hired tuk-tuk for the whole day. From Mirissa, it's just 40 minutes tuk-tuk ride to Gale. You can see almost all highlights of this place in one day, but if you want a full vibe, then stay at least 2 to 3 days. That way you are not rushing and can even explore nearby spots like Unavatuna or Hikadua.
There's a problem here, but it's not yours, it's his. And every day he'll wake up longing for your kiss.
Gale is honestly one of the coolest towns in Sri Lanka. It's famous for the Dutch fort, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The fort was built by Portuguese way back in the 1500s, then expanded by the Dutch.
And friends have lost their shirt. Although I know it's fucked up here, it probably could be worse. I count my blessings. I guess I'm lucky I've got the
Inside this area, you will also see the clock tower built in 1800s and the massive fort walls where locals and tourists gather to watch the waves crash. The ocean views here are incredible, especially at sunset when the sky turns golden over the ramparts.
and my phone won't ring unless I call you out. But the kids seem good.
So we came to this Gale Dutch fort and to my surprise this is just not a fort. This fort has a whole new world. It's like a small Dutch town. It has shops, hotels, cafes, so many touristy places to get click pictures and a market. My god, this is like something you can come in the morning, enjoy it the whole day, keep walking in the small lanes. This is so pretty, so antique, so unique. It's a must visit.
Just stay with me.
Some fun facts about Gale. This fort is the largest remaining fortress in Asia built by Europeans. It has survived tsunamis and centuries of storms, still standing strong today. The lighthouse is just not pretty, it's still fully functional, guiding ships safely along the coast. Locals say the fort is like a living town. Families, school, and even courts still operate inside its walls. Gale has been a hub for spice traders for centuries, connecting Sri Lanka to the rest of the world.
All I know in this lonely town. I hope they know I love them, even if if I'm not there now. And if I get pulled over,
This Gale lighthouse, standing tall since 1939, it's the oldest lighthouse in Sri Lanka and still guides ships along the coast. With the Indian Ocean behind it and palm trees swaying around, it's one of the most photogenic spots in the country.
longing for your kiss. There's gotta be more to live for in a lonely town like this.
So, if you are planning your own trip, Gale is a must visit. Whether you stay for a day or do a day trip, it's a kind of place that leaves you with memories you will never forget.
Lost their shirt. Although I know it's fucked up here, it probably could be worse. I count my blessings, I guess I'm lucky I've got the work. And it seems like we're happy, at least I know we were.
While coming back from Gale to Mirissa, our local driver suggested we check out a hidden beach called Jungle Beach. It's about 20 minutes walk, a forest trail, but trust me, it is worth it.
Call you out, but the kids seem good and that'll do for now. There's gotta be more in store for this lonely town. Set my hands down on the table and just breathe. No one
Jungle Beach is tucked away between Unawatuna and Gale, and it feels like a secret spot. The sand is golden, the water is calm, and it's hidden, and hence there is less crowd than the main beach. You will find locals chilling, a small few cafes, and plenty of space to swim or snorkel. The ocean here is crystal clear, and if you are lucky, you might find some colorful fish while snorkeling. It's a perfect place to relax.
let's be honest with the
Oh, it was so much fun in this beach. Some local guy recommended us. It didn't come up when we were googling things to do in Mirissa, but this beach is amazing. I think I'm gonna say this is a must-visit place again.
The tuk-tuk ride took us along the southern coastline, and everywhere we looked, there were stunning beach spots. That drive reminded us why Sri Lanka's south coast is so famous. It's not just about one or two beaches, it's about the whole journey with beauty everywhere you look. The coastal road gave us endless views of Indian Ocean with turquoise sparkling water in the afternoon sun.
every day you wake up longing for your
Our next stop was Coconut Hill. And honestly, I don't really get the hype. Sure, drone shots came out amazing. The view from above with all those palm trees lined up against the ocean looks incredible. But if you don't have a drone, it's actually hard to see the beauty of this place. On the ground, it felt overcrowded with tourists, and the edges were pretty dangerous. Steep drops with no barrier. For me, it's a big no no. I don't know why someone would want to climb around here just for a photo. So, yeah, Coconut Hill is one of those spots that looks epic on Instagram, but in real life, it's not for everyone. For me, the drone shots were the highlight, but the actual experience, not so much.
ring unless I call you out. But the kids seem good and that'll do for now. There's gotta be more in store for this lonely town. Set my hands down on the table.
Our next stop was Parrot Hill, and trust me, it's just walkable from the Coconut Hill. This spot is little famous, but it's got its own charm. It's basically a rocky viewpoint near Mirissa where you can climb up and get sweeping views of the coastline. The ocean stretches out endlessly, and you can see the waves crashing against the rocks below. It's not crowded as Coconut Hill, which makes it feel more peaceful. The climb is short but a bit rugged, so wear good shoes. Some locals say the name comes from the parrot that used to gather around the hill, though these days it's more about the view than the birds. It's a great spot if you want to escape the crowd and just enjoy the sound of the ocean.
Let's be honest with each other from now on. And I took things for granted, now so much has gone. I keep treading water, trying not to drown. I miss the people I know in this lonely town.
In the evening, Mirissa Beach really comes alive. Locals and travelers gather to watch the sunset, and the whole sky lights up in shades of orange and pink. It's a perfect way to end a long day of exploring. Since when we were visiting, it was monsoon, we couldn't catch a good sunset, but if you are lucky, you would get the most beautiful sunset of your life at this spot.
And every day you wake up longing for your kiss. There's gotta be more to live for in a lonely town like this. The stores are closing and friends have lost their shirt. Although I know it's fucked up here, probably could be worse. Count my blessings, guess I'm lucky I've got the work. And it seems like we're happy, at least I know. There's so many things to be angry about. And my phone.
Day 7, our last day in Sri Lanka, and we boarded the train from Mirissa to Colombo. Now, everyone talks about Candy to Ella train ride. It's all over the Instagram, all over the YouTube, but nobody really talks about this southern coastal train journey, and honestly, it deserves the limelight. This ride felt raw and authentic. Vendors hopping on selling snacks, kids waving at the train, locals squeezed in with us. It wasn't polished, but it was real. And that's what made it special. Yes, the train wasn't super comfortable. There was no AC class or second class. It was hot, crowded, and at times tough to handle. But the views, wow. For hours, the train runs right along the Indian Ocean. On one side, you see turquoise waves crashing against the shore, and on the other, palm trees, fishing villages, and everyday Sri Lankan life passing by. For me, this was my first time sitting in a train like this, with the windows wide open and the ocean just a few meters away. It felt like the kind of journey you don't just take, you experience. Every moment was a postcard, but also a memory. So while everyone focuses on Candy to Ella, I would say this Mirissa Colombo train ride is a hidden gem. It's underrated, it's unique, and it gave us one of the most unforgettable experience of the trip. Arriving in Colombo, we knew it was the end of our journey in Sri Lanka, and now it's time to head home. Thank you all for joining me on this journey. I will see you guys in my next adventure. Till then, keep smiling, keep traveling. Ta-da!